Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on our fourth day of the Coaching Minds Ignite Your Passion Global Summit. We are joined today by two beautiful souls, Ashwin and Diane, and from Ahhaa, and they are going to speak about life with vision, and they will give a brief overview of who they are and where they come from and what they stand for. And I'm looking forward to sharing, listening for their wisdom, and I'm handing over to Ashwin and Diane.
Thank you so much, Adele, and thank you for having us part of the Ignite Your Passion Global Summit. You, Paul, Priya, this is an amazing platform that you've put together, and Ocean and myself are very grateful, for being here and sharing our wisdom with you and all about living life with a vision. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Adele, Priya, and of course Paul, very dear friend of ours who has extended this invitation to us. And Diane and myself would love to share a few insights with all of you for the next few minutes on this subject about life with vision. Just a brief background about us. Diane and myself, we are the founders of Ahhaa. Ahhaa is a help engine which is helping people to feel better mentally and emotionally. You just have to go and type how you feel, and Ahhaa just brings content from all around the world, from the World Wide Web, to help you exactly in terms of how you feel at that point of time, so that you could have a shift, so that you could have a change then and there. A little bit about us. Diane comes from over 2 decades of experience in this mental wellness space. She has been a wisdom teacher for a long time. And I used to be a monk in a monastery for 19 years. And our journey, our paths crossed a little over a decade ago when we discovered each other in our lives. And then on, our life totally pivoted in this direction of growing. Ahhaa, which is literally all we give our time and life today. And we have a lovely team that is giving their all to make sure that we can take this help engine to as many people as possible and make a difference to people's lives. So, all said and done, the long story short about us, we have been passionate about mental wellness, about emotional wellness, almost most of our life. And it has always mattered a lot to us to live a life with vision. And that's why when we were asked by Paul and the whole Coaching Minds team, what is it that you would like to talk about? We could easily immediately say that the subject we would like to talk about is what is it to live a life with vision. And this is a line that we say everywhere, in every talk, in every presentation, that this life is immensely precious. We're all gifted with this amazing organism, our body, our mind, and our being. We can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. And this incredible organism was given to us so that we could truly live our life, not just exist, not just drag through, but to truly, truly live. There's no coming back, there's no recap. Every moment, like if this moment, if Diane and myself are connecting with each one of you, the next few minutes, the next half hour or next 45 minutes is a precious, unique moment by itself. Neither I would get an opportunity to repeat this, or any of us would be able to repeat this in the exact same fashion. And that's what life is. Every moment is precious. The interaction, the connection that we are experiencing with each other at this very moment is not there to replicate again. It is beautiful unto itself. And this kind of a precious life that was given to us was definitely not given to us so that we just make sure that we drag through and exist and somehow live decade after decade, but not truly, truly live. And what Diane and myself have seen in our own, first in our own life, in our own way, and then together for the last decade, that what really keeps this going and what really makes our life way more precious, beautiful, fulfilled, and complete is to have a vision. So, what do I mean by vision? I'll share a few thoughts and I'll welcome Diane to come in a few to bring in her wisdom into this whole subject. There are two things we could have in life. There is ambition, there is vision. There is a big difference between what is it to have an ambition in life and what is it to have a true vision in life. An ambition might just be a sense where whatever life circumstance would have emerged at a certain point of time in our life would have prompted us to get something, to achieve something, to get somewhere. It could be a certain kind of a designation or a certain kind of a position or a certain kind of a project that we want to accomplish. And there is just this imagination of an ultimate satisfaction that once I get there, I can really tell myself and tell to the world that I could make this. I have it in me to make it happen. It is a clear path to prove my worth. It's a clear path to prove how good I am, how valuable I am, how much I can contribute. And somehow we are putting all the effort to bring that validation in people's minds. It's a great feeling. It brings a lot of pleasure. It brings a lot of a sense of achievement, and it definitely adds flavor to life. We have had such moments. We've had such moments where we wanted to get somewhere, do something, and then we felt very good about it. But then the question did come up at some point of time. I'm doing great. I achieved what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to get somewhere and I got there. But still, there is this sense of incompleteness. Still, there is a sense of lack of fulfillment. Success is definitely possible when we want to get on an ambitious road to reach somewhere, to achieve something and feel successful. But to us, at that point of time, it was very clear success is not complete unless and until you feel fulfilled about the success, unless and until you feel inside a sense of completion, a sense of fulfillment. We felt great, we have done it, but there was some lack. And that's when it hit us. The reason that lack was coming up is because it just started with me, it continued with me, and it ended with me. It was phenomenal, but it just ended with me. There was a need to go beyond the sense of me to a sense of we. And that's what we are trying to share here with you. A difference between a life just stopping with ambition to actually a life with vision is one where you want to get somewhere, you want to do something incredible, but what you want to do doesn't just stop with you. You want to add value to yourself, but you also want to do something that can add value to people around you, that can add value to your immediate surrounding, to your friends, to your family, to your community, to your city, to your country, to the whole world. And the simple reason being, the way we are designed, the way our organism is structured, we are interdependent in nature. We always talk about it. I always say this is if we really had to only think about ourselves, if it was just about my independence and my freedom and just my life, this universe would have just given a planet to each one of us. There are tens of billions of places in this universe where each one of us could have taken our own planet and lived alone if it was just about living an independent, separate life. But that's not the reason why we are all here together, inches away from each other, but for the very purpose to see how much we can step up for each other, how much we can care for each other, how much we can build something that can add value to each other's lives. And that's how a life with vision started for us, that what can we do that brings value to me and to people around me. And that fulfillment, I'm absolutely sure each one of you have experienced when you have done something that meant something to someone else. That smile on their faces, that gesture from their end saying that what you did meant a lot to me. The completion of that feeling lasts in us for a long time. And that's what we mean by vision here. I'll take a pause, have Diane come in and share as to what she feels about life with vision, and then I'll again come back in.
Thank you, Ashwin. And I keep seeing like pop-ups on the screen. Everyone is saying hello. I just wanted to pause and say hello to all of you and acknowledge that you're here, whether you're from the live stream, the community, Facebook, or friends or families. Thank you all for joining. We're so excited that we're having you all here to listen to this talk with Ashwin and myself. Thanks to Coach in Minds, living a life with vision, right? And the whole subject matter around this and the subject matter around this summit today is ignite your passion. We all have this inner fire inside of us. We all have this passion inside of us. But where does the passion go? A lot of us, we keep it within ourselves. We don't know how to get it out and continue to the next stage of our lives, or to what we want in our lives to see flourish. We don't know how to get from point A to point B. And a lot of times what Ashwin just shared is because we're still in that state of a me state. Our passion is all around our ambition. It's all around things, and we haven't really evolved into the we state, why we're doing what we're doing. What does it feel like when you do something that's greater than yourself? When you go beyond your passion and go deeper into a vision, and that vision helps you to continue on regardless of what comes your way. Because when you do ignite that passion, there will be challenges. And the only thing that can lead you and take you forward is truly a vision. And just to share with a little about, Ashwin and myself and our journey with Ahhaa itself. Ahhaa has always been a vision. And I look back only about a month, actually this month, the few weeks ago, I look back at our first conversation with Ashwin and I when I met him first 10 years ago. And it was exactly the same conversation we're having today. How can we make use of internet for good and help many, many people? Ashwin being a monk, and he has, traveled many places and helped a limited amount of people. But how can we do this on a massive scale? How can we truly help many people? And without a vision, without holding on to something that really ignites a lot of fire within, and regardless of what it is, the circumstances, and to keep going forward, is what a vision truly is. A little about myself. I'm a mom also, a mother of two kids. They both are, one in high school, one in middle school, going on to high school. And as a mother, I have a vision for my children. As a mother, I don't just want my kids to, go to school. I don't just want them to succeed. I want to provide for them the resources, the method for them to succeed. And we all want that. But where does it stop? Where does it take us? When I visualize, or when I have this vision for my kids and I hold it dearly, it takes me beyond my challenges. So I'll give you a little scenario about my days, how my day go. I get up at 4:00 in the morning and I drop one of my kids. I'm in New York, so I drop one of my kids. I'm in Queens, and I drop one of my kids to the Bronx. She goes to Bronx Science High School, and I drop the other in Manhattan. He goes to Hunter College High School. And the reason I'm sharing this is because if they had to do it themselves, they would actually take 3 hours going and coming to school, which is 6 hours of commute. But I also have Ahhaa. I also have many other things in my day that I actually are passionate about. But I have to make sure that that passion goes beyond myself, and everyone is inclusive to that passion, to that vision. So I can't just see myself doing something for for me, which is Ahhaa, and leaving everyone else behind. That takes me into, a me state. Going back to that we state that I talk about, that the vision takes you into a we state, you want to make sure that everyone in your, especially within your, close proximity, that they also are being able to live their vision. So if it was truly, going back to what Ashwin shared about an ambition will only take you to, okay, I have to do this. This is the end of the day. This is about me, and that's it. Whether it succeed or not, I stop. A vision is about, I will take everyone with me. I will keep carrying them forward. And when there are challenges, I will deal with it and I will keep moving on. And that's truly what we want to share with you today. The fact is that fulfillment you get from having a vision. And we talk a lot about success and fulfillment because success, we all know how to go about getting success. We keep trial and error. There's a science behind it. You do something and you become successful or not successful, you stop. But fulfillment is truly having something greater than yourself. It's an inner feeling, and the only way you can have that inner feeling is being present in every single moment as you're going forward. So I'm going to pause and just give it back to Ashwin.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Diane. And I'm sure all the listeners who all are listening to this live right now, if we're making sense, it'll be great if you can let us know in your comments if there are specific questions that you would like us to answer, or if there's something that's not making sense. I would just like to round up this subject in a manner that might help you a lot in terms of identifying where is your passion coming from. We are here all about how do we ignite our passion. There are 4 places, or there are 4 different personalities from where we can ignite our passion. Now, depending on which place you're coming from, the passion will either be fleeting or it will be long lasting. So if you can pay close attention to these 4 elements or these 4 personalities that I'm talking about. The first personality is what we can call as the dabbler. So if the dabbler personality is active in us, and if you're trying to ignite your passion from a place of being a dabbler, so who's a dabbler? He's someone or she's someone who just dabbles, who just goes into something. The mindset has a tendency of being more a window shopper, or let me try this out, let me try that out. And the attention span to know the details of that particular endeavor is very short sighted. It's very fleeting in nature. You would see it, you might like it, and you might just pursue it as long as it is likable. And before we even realize, something else has become more likable and we have jumped onto that. And this happens quite often, that we wanted to do something early in the morning when we woke up, and then before we realize, we are doing something else. And then before we realize, we have ended up doing something entirely different for the rest of the day in comparison to what we wanted to start our day with. And then we regret in the evening, this is not how I wanted my day to be. And this is the kind of result. This is the kind of journey we experience day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, if our passion is constantly coming from a place of a dabbler. There is a lot of activity. We read books, we see seminars, we listen to webinars, we attend a lot of motivation speeches, but everything is for a short time because there is a personality of being a dabbler. And if I'm trying to ignite my passion from a dabbler personality, then definitely everything looks incomplete. And what happens at some point of time? Everything is energy. So since all my energy has been invested in being a dabbler, I just get exhausted. And I just say, nothing really works in my life. My life is hopeless. I'm never going to get anywhere, do anything. I'm just exactly going to be where I am, a total loser. So we did have passion, but then from passion, we bounce back to losing hope and feeling like a loser because what is active in us is a dabbler. The reason I'm enumerating these 4 factors is not for us to feel sorry or struggle with ourselves, but just to practice a little bit of self-awareness. If we can practice a little bit of self-awareness, the beauty with self-awareness is like a torchlight. The moment you see it with your torchlight, that particular personality cannot make use of you as much as it used to. All these personalities are most active in our lack of self-awareness. They are unconscious habits. So when we see this, that's when we realize, oh my God, this is what is happening. Aha, now I understand. Why am I wasting my days and nights? Why am I so scattered in my approach? Why am I wanting to be organized but end up being so disorganized? Because all that I'm doing all day is I'm dabbling, and moving from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. That is the first personality. The second one is what I would call as the excited one. For this person, everything is about excitement. So if you're trying to ignite your passion from a place of excitement, you see a movie, oh, this movie was phenomenal, I'm going to do what that actor did in that movie. You read a blog, oh, this blogger is wonderful, I'm going to do what this blogger did. So every day, an article or a movie or a certain social media post or certain conversation with one of your relative or a friend, and what they share or what you see is so exciting. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump on this and make this happen. So the steering force there is excitement. So there's nothing wrong in excitement. As I said, there is nothing wrong in anything. There's nothing wrong in being a dabbler. There's nothing wrong in being excited. And we are just seeing why and how things happen and why do they happen the way they happen. So when I'm just coming from a place of being an excited one, we pursue that passion. We pursue that passion as long as the excitement lasts. The moment the excitement begins to recede, the passion also begins to dwindle. The moment the excitement is not the way it was on day one, we are no longer interested to do it with that amount of vigor and vitality and ferocity as we used to do it before, because we have moved on. Either that excitement has gone stale, or something else suddenly looks more exciting than this particular excitement. So what was so stimulating for the brain today is no longer stimulating for the brain tomorrow. Something else is more stimulating. We're just jumping from one excitement to another excitement to another excitement. It's almost a more aggravated form of dabbling. In dabbler, we are curious. So curiosity makes us jump from one to another to another to another. But in excitement, it's more than curiosity. There is this passion fleetingly that, oh, perhaps I might make this happen, but it's not enduring, because the steering force is just the excitement of the possibility of getting there. And the mind is looking basically for shortcuts. So I am here. How can I just get there? How can I be as beautiful as that person, as famous as that person, as impact creating as this person? So it doesn't want to understand, bring total clarity to the details of the process. It just likes the possibility of here and then there, here and then there. Now, here and then there, as far as the excitement is concerned, it looks good for few days, few months, but then the there looks very daunting. The excitement goes away. Then some other there looks more exciting. First, that there starts with excitement, then that there appears daunting. Excitement, daunting. Excitement, daunting. Excitement, daunting. So in this fluctuation, in this roller coaster ride, again, days go away, months go away. So that's the second personality. That is the excited one. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong to dabble. You might want to check out, you might want to explore, but we are just trying to see what can take you all the way there. It can begin with dabbling. It can begin with excitement. But if you really want to get through the journey, it has to take you somewhere that is enduring and that can bring attention to the details. The third one is what we spoke about in the beginning, it's the ambitious one. So the dabbler, the excited one, the ambitious one. The ambitious one, quite often, you pursue that particular passion only to prove a point, uh, to prove a point to yourself that I'm worth it, or to prove a point to your family, to prove a point to your parents, to prove a point to your teachers, to prove a point to your girlfriend, boyfriend, to prove a point to your teachers, to your larger world or social media, just to prove a point. And the moment the mind feels the point is proven, it just stops there. So there is the next question comes, what was I doing all this for? Okay, I've proven the point. Am I happy? Am I really fulfilled? And suddenly that passion reaches again a suspended moment. The more we see this, the more we will understand where are we coming from. And the fourth one is what we have been talking about, is the visionary in us. The dabbler, the excited, the ambitious, the visionary. The visionary is the one who pursues a passion with this clarity that I have to create this, I have to make this happen, not just so that I would be happy about it, but I know that if I create it, it's going to do so much good to something much more than me. It's going to be a legacy I can leave behind. It's going to be such a meaningful aspect of my passion that will make a difference in people's lives, that will make a change in people's lives. And the beauty is, anything that goes beyond you to people around you goes far. Then it is not something that you just dabble. Then it is not something that just stops with excitement. Then it doesn't stop with just trying to prove a point, but it becomes a mission. The reason it becomes a mission is because we want to make a difference. Somehow our brain gets attuned to that mission because that's how we are designed. We are all designed here for each other. We're not designed just for ourselves. We are designed, our brain is designed. The chemicals that get released in our brain are released in such a way that if rightly ignited, that we can add value to each other's life. We feel happy. We feel complete. We feel fulfilled. So we have to practice self-awareness and ask this question: what personality in me is igniting my passion most of the time? If you want to ignite your passion, practice the self-awareness. Is it the dabbler that is igniting my passion most of the time? Is it the excited that is igniting most of the time the passion? Is it the ambitious one? Is it the visionary? The more you see this, the beauty is the more you see this four, automatically you will gravitate towards the fourth. You don't have to do anything to get to the fourth. You have to see how this four are acting. Then automatically you will see that you are building a vision in you, outside of you, and suddenly your passion has gotten ignited on its own. It doesn't require constant reinforcement. It's like a perpetual motion machine. It just continues. There will be challenges, there will be drawbacks, there'll be all kinds of obstacles. It'll be a bumpy ride, but still you want, if there is a bumpy ride, the dabbler would already be out. He would not even come close to a bumpy ride. The excited one might try a little bit with a bumpy ride, but then soon lose hope and run away. The ambitious one might pursue the bumpy ride, but the moment the ambitious one thinks that I'm not able to prove my point and no one is really paying attention to my struggle, he or she will again jump out. The only thing that will ride you through the bumpy ride is a vision of doing something meaningful to a larger purpose. Then suddenly, no matter you have one bumpy ride or hundreds of bumpy rides, you are steadfast. I'll keep moving. I'll keep moving. This is not about me. This is about us. So if you can think about these four, I'm sure it might give you a little bit of clarity as to where is it that you're coming most of the time. If you want to become a coach, if you want to become a leader, if you want to start a company, if you want to grow as an entrepreneur, if you want to make a global impact, and if you are figuring out how to ignite your passion, just ask this question. Is that passion coming most of the day from being a dabbler, from being an excited one, an ambitious one, or the visionary in you? The more you see it, automatically, the more you'll become a visionary. So that's what I wanted to share here, Diane, if you want to add in there.
Yes, and one thing we can clearly see that if we are in the three personalities, a dabbler, excited one, and an ambitious one, you will find that your mental health gets disturbed. Majority of the time, we will be lonely, we will be sad, we will be hurting, we will be angry, we will be disturbed. Why? Because when we are dabbling, when we're excited, when we're ambitious, it's short-lived. We are measuring ourselves. Many of the times, if we're running a company and we're dabbling from one thing to the other, the idea of, oh, we're not up to par like the other, or comparison, we start to compare ourselves to others that's in the similar path as us. And if we are not going steady fast, we hurt, we get disappointed, we drop off. Our mental health get disturbed. Same thing with excitement. When we're excited, we're on a high. But what happens when we drop that excitement? It's a straight low. And when we start to feel that low, we become lonely. It tells on our mental health. Same thing when we're ambitious. We want to get to a path, we want to succeed, but what happens when challenges arise? We don't know how to deal with it. And the reason we don't know how to deal with it, again, it's because we haven't truly evolved our passion from a me to a we. We did not truly have our passion evolve into a vision. And a vision, there is no measurement. A vision, you will continuously work towards the path to make sure you see that vision unfolds, whether you're there or not in the company, whether you're there or not in the vision, whether you're there or not, you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing it for a better world, a better society, a better family. I mean, a better family, making your family better, a better lifestyle, a better community. You're doing it for something beyond the self. With a vision derives happiness. With the vision derives fulfillment. With a vision, it creates such a momentum within yourself that you're at peace. You're living your ultimate, you're living the life you should be living. And the biggest thing that affects us all is when we compare ourselves in the first three. We are dabbling into many things. We're excited. We're ambitious. And beyond the fact that you want to grow something, it's not even about growth anymore, but you're suffering. And what happens when you suffer? It's a ripple effect. Everyone else suffer with you. We might think that we are hurting, but there are people around us that care for us, who loves us, who are part of our lives. They suffer too with us. When we're not in a good space, when we're not in a happy place, it shows up in every aspect of our lives. So by not having a vision, it does not even stop on a vision path. It's a ripple effect. It affects everyone around you. And I know I've just brought this all the way into mental health, but everything is our mental health, right? This is the only thing we have. We have our mind and body, and if we don't protect it and if we don't take care of it, then no one else will know what to do and help us. We have to know. And the only way to do that is what Ashwin keeps sharing about, is being self-aware. Become self-aware of what personality traits you're portraying at any time in your life. Are you trying to do many things because that's what you're supposed to do by society? You're supposed to do, 10 different things because that's what's going to make you a perfect human being, and you're unhappy. Are you supposed to become excited about everything because that's what society thinks, or that's what you think that society thinks? When you have a vision for yourself, you truly start to see yourself in a different manner. You want to become more than who you are for yourself, but more for who you should show up to in the world of making a difference. And if one thing you can take away today is to understand, without a vision, not only we perish inside, but the people around us perish too. Today, we're able to know this, we're able to understand this, but many people don't. And this is where we can, as coaches, we can help others. We can guide others. We can see their path and see where they're coming from and help them to get out of where they're at. Ambition is short-lived. It's a measurement. A dabbler is a measurement. An excited one is a measurement. An ambitious one is a measurement. But a vision is infinity. It lives on beyond yourself. So when you're igniting that passion inside of you, ignite it from a visionary standpoint, from a me to a we place. And just to add to that, I think that if you look at any person or any company or any, thing that we look up to in this world that has been here for a long time, it always came from a place of a vision. Because if it was just the first three, then we would not hear about it, we would not talk about it, we would not be part of it, right? But anything that you are using today or you're seeing and you admire, it always have to come from a vision. So, check in with yourself constantly. Help others check in with themselves constantly. When you see that they're off the path and they're hurting, it's because of one of the three they're hurting from. They're angry because of one of the three. We're trying to fit into a role. When we're trying to fit into a role that is not aligned with, or it's not congruent with who we are, then there's a force. And when there's force, there's friction. And when there's friction, force, anything can burst and break at that time. But when you actually are doing something from a happy place, from a place of passion that leads into a vision, there is a sense of certainty. There is a sense that that when I mean certainty, I mean that because you don't have any measurement, it's going to work. So you're not looking that it's going to work tomorrow, the next day, the next year. You're not here for the short term. It is going to work because you have a vision. The only thing that stops it's experience. The only thing that stops it is challenges. And when you have a vision, you see challenges, as being very welcoming. Okay, there's the challenge. What is the solution to it? Without the vision, there's a challenge. Oh no, I can't move forward. With the vision, there's a challenge. What is the solution? Okay, let's go through and let's keep going. And when you start to create that path in terms of there's a challenge, you're able to break the challenge, you keep moving forward. There's a challenge, you're able to break the challenge, you keep moving forward. There's this beautiful momentum that happens. And when that momentum happens, whatever it is that you set out to do, it's just going to blossom. It's going to blossom because it's not about you anymore. It was not about you in the first place. It was for something greater. And going back to what we do to share a little of Ahhaa, that's exactly how we've built Ahhaa. That's exactly, the thought process between Ashwin and myself when we think of what we want to leave when we are no longer here on this planet, right? And it's not even about us, whether, we had many challenges, many challenges, but because it was never about dabble into something, being excited, being ambitious, because this was our life. We wanted to make sure that we see this through, that it has evolved into a beautiful platform where anyone and everyone can go type in how they feel. And the world's content, not our content, the world's information comes to you in mental health space. So some might call it Google for mental health, but there's so much that's evolving with the platform. And in the coming days, it's just 2.0 is going to be coming out, and it's going to be really beautiful. And it only came from a place of vision. Because when you have a vision, you become very innovative. You're creative. Whether something works or not, it doesn't matter. All that matter is that you keep enhancing yourself for others, enhancing what it is you have for others. You keep doing for others what you all are today. You're coaches. You're such a blessing to this world. You're helping so many people. There are so many people today who are very lonely, they don't know what to do. They don't have this information. Although the information is out there, they don't even know they could take the time to go out and something like this exists. But you are there as coaches, touching lives every single day. And they would not talk to anyone. They would be open to you. So all of you are such a blessing. And when you're not there with them on a constant basis, you can definitely send them to ahhaa.com, and they can, on their own time, they can just feed their mind, because that's all we have, right? We have our mind with us 24/7, and we can't move away from that. And we need to keep feeding it. All of us who are on this path today is because we keep feeding our mind. We knew that there's something that's better out there, and we keep feeding our mind. And we knew that this worked, and we wanted to help others. Ashwin did it in his way of 19 years as a monk, and continuously doing it. I've been doing it, for over 20 years. And I instill this in my children. They help their peers. So it's a ripple effect. It's a constant ripple effect.
Thanks. So I hope what we both shared for the last close to 45 minutes could help you and be of value. And as Diane was sharing, please visit ahhaa.com, and it's a help engine where you can type how you feel at any point of time. You will get that help. And there's a lot more coming out. So we'll be most happy to keep sharing. And the good news is Coaching Minds and Ahhaa have joined hands in terms of helping each other with the vision and the cause. So will be most happy that you are able to hear more about all that Ahhaa is doing. And similarly, we'll be most happy to hear how Coaching Minds is growing, and all of you, this amazing community keeps growing. So thank you so much.
Ashwin, if you have 2 more minutes, do you just want to just walk through the platform just to show it?
Sharing is a little complicated. So I think they can just go to.
Both of, yeah.
Awesome. So we'll connect back again. Thanks, Coaching Minds, and thanks, Paul, and every Priya, for the opportunity, and wish this global summit keeps growing year after year. Thanks. Back to you, Adele.
Thank you so much, Adele. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Priya, for putting together this beautiful platform. Thank you all, and thank you all for listening to us and sharing your comments that you've been sharing. Thank you so much.
I think you're on mute.
I can't hear you.
I'm on mute, sorry. Ashwin and Diane, thank you so much. You've done such a in-depth session for everyone. I think everyone was sitting like sponges, just taking up all that wisdom. And as Coaching Minds, we are so looking forward to working with Ahhaa and working with you guys. And guys, really go enjoy the search engine of Ahhaa. If you need the links, we will share them in the comments later on. But really, thank you guys for being here. I know it's been a long day already for everyone. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up for yourselves. And once again, the wisdom that was shared here was so in depth. It's wow moments and aha moments, as you can say. I really want to thank you guys, and looking forward to connecting with you guys on screen again soon. And the comments are still coming through. I can't keep up talking and putting them on, but really, thank you so much. We'll put the links in. And thank you for such a wonderful engine that you've designed for everyone out there that needs the assistance, even for coaches. Just thank you, and really grateful for that. And on that note, I'm going to greet you guys, and we will connect soon. And thank you, everyone, for joining. See you guys soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.